Hello, everybody, and welcome to NASCAR.com GarageCam, nationwide GarageCam, presented by Mobile One, live from sunny, beautiful Thursday, Talladega Superspeedway here in Alabama. Lots of action right now. Usually not a lot of action on Thursdays for us, but guess what? We got a Thursday show for you because the Nationwide Series cars, including Tanner Berryhill's number 17 here, are going to hit the track today here at the famed Super Speedway for a practice session. And boy, it feels good to be back behind the helm of GarageCam. Chuck Bush filling in for us the other week, and Matthew Stricker. Chuck Bush alluding to bass lessons I've been taking. He's just trying to hide the fact that he's taking jazz flute lessons. I think the bass guitar is cooler, personally. Although jazz flute's pretty cool. Anyway, here we are. We're going to take you inside the garage. All access, that's what this show is all about. Louis DiDonato, you are the first person in today's interactive garage. That's that chat room you see to the right of the video here of Tommy Joe Martin's number 76. Hop in, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you want to see here on NASCAR.com GarageCam. We got this little Sprint tablet right here we're monitoring, and we see Louis DiDonato wants to see Bubba Wallace making his debut. Well, we'll get to the number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing entry. Matt DiBenedetto's number 46 over here. Lots of cars to show you here. A full field of race cars in the Nationwide Garage. David Ragan, of course, the big winner here last year in the spring in the Cup Series, but this is the Nationwide Series, and he's in the number 98 entry this week. Harmonator. It's a little loud over here, but hey, that's okay. We like it loud. We have a good audio guy here, so he makes it pretty good. Derek Cope at the helm of the jack handle right there, jacking the car up, and they're getting this number 70 car lowered down onto the scale pads here. And there's the Jamie Dick Viva Auto Group machine, the number 55. We NASCAR fan says, yay, Dillner's back. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I love doing this show. It's a passion of mine. I'm just blessed to be able to do it that NASCAR.com lets me. Robert Richardson's machine. The crew going over some things after technical inspection here. Possibly some issues by the looks of things. Looking at the front of this machine, a representative from PME Engines. Mr. Richardson looking on. Robert's father, that is. Joey Gase in his beautiful number 52 machine. Cool little scheme on board. Of course, Alabama Organ Center, because they're always for donate life on this car in memory of Mary Gase, the number 52. Show you a few other cars here as we skip around Josh Wise's car and go to the 93, which I assume is J.J. Yaley, and the number 14 Hefty Racing machine. I'll tell you what, Eric McClure, this is a place where that should give him nightmares. A huge crash here a few years ago, but Eric is bringing his family here this week, his entire family, and he has a litter of kids, that's for sure. Jeffrey Earnhardt's number 4 machine being worked on right here. Things are picking up here. Crews are scattering about. Hey, we have garages on the other side. Let's check this out. That's the Venturini Motorsports entry right there, the number 25. I believe Mike Beam is crew chiefing that effort. John West Townley, a winner in ARCA at Daytona the other year, and as well as running for Richie Waters in the number 5 NASCAR Camping World Truck. So big race here this weekend for that team and that young driver, JWT. This is a place that produces a lot of different winners here, Talladega. It's a place that's naturally exciting, of course, because the threat of the big one, but 7 different winners in the last 7 races here at Talladega, and the list of winners just goes on and on and on, including this guy, Joe Nemechek, who won here in 1998, maybe? Oh, in 2002. Got a nice statistician here, actually just poked me and showed me the second year there. That's awesome. But Joe Nemechek among the winners here. Would love to get this number 87 back in victory lane again. Of course, so many winners here. You look at guys like Greg Sachs, Mattituck, Long Island's Greg Sachs, and people like that, and people like Ernie Irwin and Chad Little. And here's a guy that knows how to get it done here. Of course, we're talking about the one and only David Ragan here, making a nationwide series start. And
my buddy, he was here when we won our first ever nationwide race here. Dean Demons, Nashville, Tennessee. I bunked up with him when I was 19, 20 years old.
This place has so many big memories for you. How does it feel always walking to the gates here?
Feels good. I've had a lot of good times here in Talladega, and you know, not only as a driver, as a fan, I've driven with Dean down here in his motorhome before from Nashville, Tennessee, my first ever ARCA race here. And,
a little different nowadays.
Yeah. I did drive down from Charlotte, North Carolina this morning, but yeah, our Fords are going to be fast this weekend. I'm very happy to be in the Nationwide Series with Biaggi and Investi Motorsports, and our Ford's going to be fast, and looking forward to the Cup race on Sunday. I mean, beautiful weather here in Talladega, and you know, everybody just has a ball. It's a fun weekend. The racing's always good. The fans are excited, and it can be a great weekend like we proved last year.
It's weird to have a garage cam on Thursday, and I know we all like to be home as much as possible, you know, around our families and whatnot, but it is kind of a nice, relaxed atmosphere, isn't it, here on Thursday?
Yeah, it is. I mean, my wife, she's pregnant, so she couldn't come down for the duration of the weekend.
You could say hi. Maybe she's watching.
Yeah, Jacqueline, if you're watching back home, take care of that baby. But she's going to come down on Sunday, and so it is a good weekend. And if you don't like campfire smoke, then you might not should come, because there's usually a lot of campfire, a lot of good people sitting around the campfire having a cold beer and telling good stories. So thanks to all the race fans that are going to come out this weekend, and between the ARCA series, the Nationwide and Cup, we'll have some good racing. All
right, David Ragan, always like having you on GarageCam. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. David Ragan, a winner here at Talladega, and I'll tell you what, it's a big thing for a lot of people, especially a guy like that grew up in the Southeast, to win races here at a big place like this that's got so much great history. Jotman, can I get a shout out? I have never been able to watch GarageCam live. He's the he's not the best audio guy, meaning this guy, CJ Latirzo. Well, Jotman, the guy that just made that request, folks, if you're a big fan of GarageCam, was our longtime GarageCam audio guy, Justin Ottman. Not just an audio guy, Justin Ottman, man. Dude, Job, good to see you on the chat there. Hopefully you enjoy. I'm enjoying it right now, too. We're looking at the number 51 car here. A lot of sponsors on the side of this car this weekend. A great thing to see for Jeremy Clements, the personable young race car driver out of South Carolina. Tigra, hello. Can we talk to Jeremy Clements and ask him about his new engine? Well, Jeremy is nowhere to be found right now. Maybe we'll see him on the other side here. Car is rolling through technical inspection right now. So we look at the number 85 car, Bobby Gerhart, the ARCA veteran and king of super speedways in the ARCA series, making another nationwide series start. And there is Bobby Gerhart and his brother going over things before they roll into technical inspection. Tommy Joe Martins, for all you Tommy Joe Martins fans, there's that machine right there. The Dodge nose on the front of that car. If you're a Dodge fan, there you go. Over there, just through the inspection station, we got a lot of ground to cover, so we might not be able to show you that car, but that's Chad Boat. We got to give a shout out to Chad Boat, trying to make another nationwide series start. Chad Boat, the talented open wheel racer that has raced in NASCAR's touring series a little bit as well. Well, Chad Boat, second generation driver. Let's see what we got over here. I know we have the Mike Wallace machine over here, the number 28 GarageCam favorite. No, the Texas two-step right over here, the number 44 entry this week, the Steely Lumber number 44 of David Starr. I think I see David in there. Let's see what David's up to. Come on. This is GarageCam. It's live, raw, uncut. You never know what you're going to see here on GarageCam, including this. We've got ourselves a window washer here. But wait, it's driver David Starr, making sure his view is clean and clear. David, you missed a spot.
Well, let me get it here.
We could use a little, like right here, maybe. How you doing, bud? Making
Man,
another Nationwide Series start, and of course here at the big, giant, enormous Talladega Superspeedway.
Man, I'm excited to be here. Talladega's awesome. Running Daytona, Talladega, they're just great racetracks to race at. There's so much excitement and, man, so intense. The intensity is incredible. You're 3 wide, 4 wide, and there's not much room for error. In fact, there's not any room for error. I mean, you don't even have an inch to spare sometimes. Sometimes you just right on top of the other car, and if that driver doesn't hold his line, I mean, it could create a big crash, but just a great place to race, and it's always awesome to watch it as a fan. I can't wait for the race on Sunday. I'll be a fan sitting in the stands watching the race, but just glad to be here and glad to be part of this Nationwide Series.
Let me ask you something, because you just mentioned the white knuckle racing that there is here, and so much focus goes into it. You know, it's hard to explain to a fan because they see it from the outside or from the stands or from TV, and they see cars just going around in circles. I grew up in a stick and ball town. We're like, it's just a bunch of cars going around in circles. But it's so intense here. How could you explain it briefly to a non-racing fan maybe, or somebody that's just watching the show for the first time, the intensity inside that car?
Well, it's hard to describe the feeling, because when you're running 190 miles an hour and we're in packs, at Talladega and Daytona, you're just right on top of each other. I mean, you probably got a foot between your car and the car running beside you, and you know, a lot of times we only have maybe an inch, maybe not even an inch from the car in front of us. There's just not much room for error. It only takes one little mistake from myself or any of my competitors, and we could end up taking out 12, 15 cars, you know. So the intensity is awesome, but it's a good awesome. That intensity,
good adrenaline.
It's great adrenaline, and the intensity, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just great, intense racing, and it's fun. I mean, there's nowhere I'd rather be in the world than sitting in that driver's seat right there racing here at Talladega. It's incredible.
Awesome. David Starr, enjoy yourself this weekend. He'll go back to working on that car. You see this busy number 44 crew working on their machine here, looking at the front splitter there, getting it adjusted. The number 28 here of Mike Wallace, another competitor driving a Dodge this weekend. There's the number 60 of Chris Buescher. Yates Racing, how about the Chris Buescher car, the number 60 Roush Performance Ford. Beautiful looking scheme on this Ford Mustang this weekend. As you see the nose of that car as we motor on by it here. For all of you watching GarageCam, thanks for joining us. Make sure you support our sponsor, Mobil 1, on the side of a lot of these race cars. Ryan Sieg. Great start to the season by Ryan Sieg, but things have gone a little south since then. This team looking for a big race weekend like this where they know they can come up with a really good finish, a strong finish, to definitely turn that momentum around, get the mojo going like they did have at the beginning of the season. Speaking of a driver that needs a little mojo, the number 43 car, Dakota Armstrong. Tough season so far for this team. The Richard Petty Motorsports, number 43, the young driver. Landon Castle, the 01 Flex Seal Chevrolet. Motoring on here, and we're at the second half of the garage. I think we're halfway. I wonder if we go check that hauler there. I think we see a driver, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to motor on down here and see what we can see in the second section of the garage. It's kind of split up, and it's split up by, no, not racks full of rims, but the restrooms. We won't go in there, though. Yes, we do have the driver that we thought we saw. I thought I saw him ducking in his hauler. It's Jamie Dick. Jamie Dick, friend of GarageCam. We don't get to see you much on GarageCam. Welcome to the show, buddy.
I wish I was on more often. I wish you'd come by more often.
Well, I'm going to come by more often now. So
every week, I think, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, you got to be looking forward to this because the run that you had in Daytona,
absolutely.
I mean, it was a big shot in the arm for you confidence-wise and for this team running up front like that, and you could do it again here in Talladega.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely a good show for us and Viva Auto Group and everyone involved. We ran up front most of the race, led a couple laps. So if we could repeat at least the first half of Daytona this weekend, that'd be great. We didn't finish down there as well as we hoped, but hopefully we put the whole package together.
Well, I'm going to throw you under the bus here a little bit. I don't know if your PR person warned you, but they love to tell us little factoids about Jamie Dick because we don't get to hear about you a lot of times on TV. Yeah. So we hear about you here on GarageCam, and you know, you've got a hidden talent that we actually have in this bag, I heard. Those are oranges.
Yeah.
You know what oranges are for, right?
Well, eating and juggling, I think.
We heard you could juggle. How many could you juggle?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Let's give him 3. Let's see if Jamie Dick could juggle here on GarageCam. And while you're juggling, we're going to ask you, what do you think about this Viva Auto Group car this weekend? And you got a slick piece here for Talladega?
I think so. It's the same piece we brought to Daytona. And like we said, it was pretty fast there. So hopefully it's fast here too. This is hard to juggle and do an interview at the same time.
And there's not much of a margin for error. Wow, look at that. There's not much of a margin for error here at Talladega. 1 inch could mean, what, disaster?
Yeah, kind of like juggling. Yeah, I mean, usually the first half of the race, everyone cuts the other cars a little bit of break, and then at the end, the last 10 laps, there's not an inch to spare. And it gets a little hairy going down to the finish line.
I'm just impressed.
I've never done this before.
I'm just impressed that you're answering questions and doing it. Yeah. You know, there is an end to this.
When's that?
It's victory lane. It's not wrecking those oranges.
Okay.
So what's your big victory move? Come on.
Big victory move?
I don't know. Okay. You got to end it here. Oh, that's all right. Hey, you finished the race in first. You just wrecked the right front. It's okay.
Right, okay.
All right, Jamie Dick, thanks for providing one of the most entertaining moments of GarageCam history.
Well, thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right, Jamie Dick, driver of the number 55. Dude can juggle and race. You want to talk about focus? You want to talk about concentration? Answering questions when you're juggling? You never know what you're going to see on GarageCam. Oh, Lord. All right, here's another driver. Elliott Sadler here. What's up, buddy? All right, you got it, brother. In a rush is Elliott Sadler. And here is Ryan Reed's machine, the number 16. Drive for Diabetes. And the number 31 next to him, Dylan Kay. I'll tell you what, that must be an interesting dynamic. These two drivers have gotten together on the track. Well, guess what? They're parked next to each other. Good pickup there, CJ Latirzo. Got that little push tape. We won't call it slip tape because it really isn't on the front of these machines. You see that oftentimes on the back of these NASCAR race cars. And the number 99 is right here of James Busher. And you know who's with the number 99 machine? Always GarageCam friend and NASCAR.com analyst Chris Rice.
Dillner, we're going to interview Elliott when he comes back, so let's get
Elliott
this
Sadler?
let's get this microphone. He'll be back in a minute.
So what's up, man? How's this Ream number 99 going to do this week?
Well, you know, if you look back at Daytona, the Ream Toyota Camry number 99 was running good all day, running in the top 10 all day, and we got the what? The little black flag.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Tandem in.
And you weren't too happy on that pit box, were you?
But I done good. Dillner, where have you been?
You kept it together.
Yeah, where have you been?
I have been. I haven't been doing bass lessons like Chuck Bush says I have. He's been practicing the flute, but just covered hockey 1 week and then took a weekend off of NASCAR to be with family and actually went to Bowman Gray Stadium. So I didn't get a week off from racing.
Gray Stadium. If you've never been to Bowman Gray Stadium, how cool is that?
It's 17,000 people around the Wrigley Field of racing, and it is absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. Well, before Elliott Sadler comes back, you know, they always talk about heating at this place, and that feels so good. So we got, come here, Brendan. Brendan, come here. We're going to interview Brendan Gone. Brendan?
How are you, sir?
You done this tandem, oh, no, not tandem racing, but this non-bump drafting racing at Daytona. Let me ask you a question. How do you like that over the tandem racing?
I like it because it's the way we used to do it back in the early 2000s, late 90s, where you could hit, but we never could stay locked up. So for me, I kind of liked it because it was kind of old, and I'm an old guy now, so I kind of dug it.
Hey, I know the feeling about old. Okay, so you're a top feeder, and when I say a top feeder, you love the top of the racetrack. Everywhere we go, Texas, All the places we go when you're at the top. Not Martinsville.
No, no.
Here comes the 62. Here comes Brendan Gaughan. I mean, he's always at the top. Now, Talladega is a place that you can run the top all day, but what line do you prefer, the bottom or the top for this nationwide race?
Whichever one is going forward.
Sorry, I thought he would say the top.
Actually, every time I've been the most successful here, whether it's Cup, Truck, Nationwide, the middle is what seems to be the fastest if you can make that middle, because you can side draft each side. There's a lot of dirty air that, helps you peek your way through it. So that's kind of, the middle is where if you need to get moving, but if you're up in front, pin that baby to the bottom.
This is Dillner's show, but Brendan and I done took over. How cool do we look? We're about the same size.
A lot cooler looking than I look. I got a Britney Spears headset mic on, and
Britney Spears.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah. So Brendan, you're still here. I wanted to talk about, this is the opening they give us so they keep us from tandeming. How do you keep that? How do you keep that to where it's cool enough to be able to race all day?
You see this suit that I have on today? You see this suit that he has on today? I give a flying you-know-what about that because I don't know. That's your job, and you got some engineer around here that's supposed to have some big degree from some fancy college. That fancy college.
Tar Heel.
Oh, look at this. He's got his basketball jersey on. I love it.
So you got some guy with some fancy degree. That's y'all's job to figure that out. My job is to do this and turn left.
He said it right here. And just think, he used to play basketball for Georgetown.
So he's leaving today after practice, I guess, and playing.
Well,
are you?
I still got, maybe I have a little eligibility left. If anybody needs me, I'm available.
Yeah, we got an old person league. Oh.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But I wanted to talk about the heating and the cooling. And I've been waiting on Elliott Sadler because we talked the same.
We might have to miss him.
Yeah, but you got to go. Hey, race fans, keep watching this. The preview show just came out for Talladega. I was on it again. Last week I picked the 24. This week I picked the 20 to win the Sprint Cup race. So I'm picking the 99 to win the nationwide race on Saturday.
You're not biased, are you?
Biased as I can be. Toyota Camry REB racing, but our hearts are heavy this week at REB. We lost a great friend of ours, Donnie Beard, and we will be racing for him. We send our thoughts and prayers big time to his family, Mary, everybody that's along with Donnie Beard, but all of our guys here are racing for Donnie Beard.
That's awesome, buddy. We appreciate it. Chris Rice, always great to have you on NASCAR.com GarageCam. 5 minutes to go. We still got a lot of cars to show. You saw Brendan Gaughan. We don't need to show him again. Brendan Gaughan, of course, always having a good time. This Shore Lodge number 2 car, Brendan Gaughan's teammate right there. It's Brian Scott, B. Scott, wheeling it inside that car. I hope he doesn't do that in this race because you don't want a lot of steer here at Talladega. Good stuff. You got to love the loose atmosphere here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series garage as we look at Ty Dillon's car. Here is the tie-dye machine. And Trevor Baines, number 6, right there. Ty Dillon right there putting on the helmet, getting ready to get into the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet here. The number 11, Elliott Sadler. We've seen him in transit twice, I believe, on the show. Bubba Wallace making his debut. Toyota Care. First in the chat, Louis D. Donato. You wanted to see this car. Bubba Wallace, Darrell Wallace Jr. And look, it's Alan Cavana. Welcome back, and hopefully we'll ask you a question without blowing you off this time. Taking off the aviator shades, we're at Talladega. Tell the fans about the atmosphere right now.
The atmosphere is really cool. I'm just out here to see. There's a lot of drivers here kind of making their debut at Talladega. Chase Elliott's going to be in here. I was just thinking his dad set the record here for speed. I want to see what he's going to do. And also a debut of Matt Dillner's new haircut. Looking a lot like mine, I got to say. It's slicked back a little bit. And
I might have to shave it.
I wish you could see. He should tweet a picture out of it later. But no, it's awesome to be back here at Talladega. So.
It's just unusual for me to not wear a hat. But
yeah,
anyway.
A little bit.
We're going out to dinner this week?
I hope so. I hope so. If this guy knows where to eat, follow him, speedeats.com. He'll never let you down.
All right, Alan Cavana, we'll see you. And hey, speaking about guys who make debuts, check it out. It's Bubba. Speaking of guys that probably need a haircut, look at this going. What's
it
this?
Looks like this mic right here.
What? It kind of does look like the mic. Look, they look very much alike. All right, man, making the debut. This is a big thing for you, and you got to be really excited.
Yeah, for sure. Excited to be able to race again. It's been a while since I've been on the racetrack, so it's been a lot of fun, and thankful for the opportunity that Joe Gibbs Racing has given to me this weekend here at Talladega. So gonna go make the most of it in our Toyota Camry. I gotta get used to saying Camry instead of Tundra. And 54 instead of 20, or 20 instead of 54.
You'll get it straight, but bottom line is you got to get it straight in the car. What's the strategy for getting it straight in the car in this first practice session?
Just don't wreck, you know. Go out here and do race runs in a group, and just stay out of the bad light, and just get comfortable with our Toyota Camry, and then go make the most of it.
All right, Bubba Wallace, have a good day, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Bubba Wallace making his debut. Here's a guy who's a lot of experience here. In fact, he was the last winner here, and that is Regan Smith, who, of course, won at Daytona. I believe in this paint scheme, actually. The Ragu, number 7. So good mojo getting the colors of this machine back. Already in his car, talking to his crew chief right now, Chase Elliott. Richard Braddock, find the points leader, Chase Elliott. You want to see this young Dawsonville, Georgia driver, the Napa machine. Of course, Alan Cavana alluding to the fact that his father setting the speed record here. This car rolling forward on us right here, so we'll get out of the way. Foot on the brake, buddy. Motor on over here, and they're working on the cowl right now of the number 42 car of Kyle Larson, the photographer. Peeking inside here as Larson straps into the number 42 here. Getting ready for the first practice session today at Talladega Super Speedway. You gotta love GarageCam. Some of the things you see, and we had a driver juggling today. You think Casey Kane would juggle? You think he can juggle? There's the Great Clips, number 5. I went to Great Clips, actually, to get my hair cut this weekend that Alan Cavana alluded to. Mike Neff here of, I believe, Front Stretch, taking a photo. All the media members. It's all the behind-the-scenes stuff that you all don't see week to week. There's so many people out here that make NASCAR happen. So many layers, like a big old onion, a big old speedy, awesome onion. This guy's got a lot of layers. It's Kyle Busch strapping into his Monster Energy machine. Give you Sam Hornish. That's right. I noticed those eyes look a little different. That's right, the debut of Sam Hornish. I almost forgot. Great to see Sam Hornish. Actually, I just saw his family a short time ago in the motor coach lot. Great to see all of them back at the racetrack. Sam has been at a few races with this team this year to get accustomed to the personnel here. A big race for Sam Hornish. Finished second in the Nationwide Series Championship points last year, and definitely deserving of a seat here in this series. Race Buddy in-cars for this week. Hey, we're going to tell you who the in-cars are going to be if you tune into NASCAR.com for the race, along with watching on ESPN. Green flag, of course, 2:30 p.m. But, hey, the Race Buddy in-cars for this week will include this guy, the Monster Energy machine of Sam Hornish, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, his debut. You get to be inside the car listening to communication as he makes his debut. Elliott Sadler, Trevor Bayne, Chase Elliott, the points leader. Of course, Regan Smith, his teammate. A lot of success there with Junior Motorsports this year so far. And Ty Dillon in the number 3 machine. Great to see those Race Buddy in-cars and share that knowledge with you first before anybody else knows it. Ryan Blaney ready to go for practice here. We're only a minute or two away before these machines roll out onto the track. Bobby Gerhardt still in inspection. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Mike Harmon still rolling through technical inspection. A few teams running a little bit late right now, so their track time might be limited. But then again, that might not be a bad thing. Not all cars will roll out onto the track first thing as the engines fire here in a second. Some guys will choose to stay out of trouble, maybe stay out of the pack for that first session. like a guy like Bubba Wallace, who said that is his goal here at the beginning of practice. As the engines fire and Bubba Wallace gets set to make his debut in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Cars rolling out on track. Chase Elliott, teammate Regan Smith, Ryan Blaney. And a bunch of other cars have already pulled out. Ryan Reed down there. We'll close with you here with the number 20 car. It just fired up. It's about to roll on track. A lot of impressive rookie drivers and part-time rookies making their debut here at Talladega. Chase Elliott will be his first time on the high banks here in a Nationwide Series car. Oh, make sure you tune in tomorrow for GarageCam on NASCAR.com. Make sure you watch the race here, the Nationwide race, on Saturday, 2:30 p.m. on ESPN. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner. Always love bringing you GarageCam. And until tomorrow, when we'll be back in Cup Series, until next time, we'll see you at the races.